from Chicago, Illinois, and welcome to my butcher's block. Hey, the first show turned out to be so good, we're going to do a second one. What we're going to talk about today is sausage. Hey now, we're talking pork sausage. And I got Chicago's premier butcher, Greg Russo, coming in and showing us how to do it from start to finish. Fantastic. Next we're going to do is, once again, the most popular segment on the show. Did I know that? New feature of the show today is going to be questions from the audience. We got a Ryan E. from Lancaster, PA. He's got a question about Bohemian steaks. But first what we're going to do is talk about what is important when you come to a butcher's case. What are you looking for? Remember the 4 important questions: what to look for, what to avoid, what to ask, and what to buy. These are the things you need to know, and we're going to show you today at the Butcher's Block. Thanks for tuning in. So we're talking about the butcher's case. You know, you come up to the butcher's case, and it is a little intimidating looking. There's cuts of this, there's cuts of that. Hey, what do I do? What do I ask? That's why it's important to know what you're doing before you get there. Let's talk about those 4 questions again. We're talking about what to look for, what to avoid, what to ask, and what to buy. First thing is the counter's got to be clean. It's got to be a nice appearance. If you go into a dirty counter, dirty rags, hey, maybe you need to avoid this place. Secondly, you want to look at job knowledge. Does the butcher know what's going on? You should be able to go to a place that tells you where their product is coming from, knowing that the farmers are treating their animals with respect, and a stressless animal is always a better product. And lastly, you want the butcher to thank you for coming. You know, there's nothing worse. I'm going to a place and I buy something and the person looks at me with a stunned look on their face. So what you will need to do is make sure that the place is clean, the product knowledge is important for the butcher, and he acknowledges your patronage and that he enjoys you coming by and talking to him. You know, it's confusing. Most of the time people just go to the butcher's case and get it. Wouldn't it be great if you made it yourself, or you know how it's being made so you can ask questions? I got a guy. His name's Greg Russo. He's coming back. Hey, Greg, how we doing? Chicago's premier butcher.
Hey, Greg.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for coming in. And so, we're talking about pigs today, Greg. We're talking about pork sausage.
That's right.
What kind of pig would I use for him? What am I looking for?
You have the breed of pig.
Right,
Breed's
what kind of
very
breed?
important.
What kind of breeds do we look for?
Typically, a Hampshire or a Berkshire.
Oh, those are delicious.
That's, the cream of the crop.
What part of the pig are we using, Greg?
You're using the shoulder, Greg.
The shoulder!
Yeah.
I got a shoulder!
Yeah.
We don't want to use mine because it's hardly used, right? Hey now!
Yeah. We're also looking for fat.
Fat. Why is fat so good?
It keeps the sausage moist. So you need a high ratio of fat to meat.
When you see fat, it gives you flavor. Little fat, little flavor, a lot of fat, a lot of flavor. Fantastic. Greg, there's so many different types of sausages out there. What makes each one unique?
Well, the spices. The different blends of spices makes the sausages unique.
Like if you had a kielbasa, what kind of blend are you looking for? What main ingredient do you think?
The main ingredient in kielbasa is a garlic flavor.
Garlic flavor. And for something like a bratwurst?
Bratwurst, that's a lot of spices in there. So you're looking at marjoram, coriander, white pepper. Those are pronounced flavors.
Breakfast sausage?
Breakfast sausage, sage, maple flavor.
Delicious, delicious. What are we doing today, Greg?
We are making a hot Italian sausage.
Fantastic. What ingredients are we using?
We are going to be using a mixture of garlic powder, black pepper, smoked paprika, crushed red pepper, and kosher salt.
Fantastic, fantastic. So we're going to grind that up. Is that what you use, a grinder?
That's what we use.
Yeah.
That's usually what we use.
Right. So with the grinding, we're grinding the pork. You want to grind first, then add your spices, or how do we go about doing it? What's the first step?
You're gonna grind it first once, and then you're gonna add your spices with a little bit of water to help mix the spices together.
If you're someone at home, is there machines that they can go and buy? Do you have any recommendations?
Yeah, they've got hand grinders. If you're doing it at home, a food processor works very well, or coarse chopping would work also.
So once you grind it up, you add your spices. What is it looking like?
It's going to look a little bit like this. This is the hot Italian sausage. the red is from the paprika. Smell that garlic. Smell it, Greg.
Oh my goodness, delish!
Delish.
So,
Delish.
one thing I know, ask Greg, I don't know a lot, but one thing I do know is number one rule of mixing, when you think you're done, mix more. What do you think about that, Greg?
That's a rule of thumb there.
A rule of thumb, that's real butchering.
Yeah.
Do you need to store this? Does it need, the flavors need to bind together, like a chili or something, like a stew?
You know what? You mix it, let it marinate. If you got a day, let it sit for a day. The longer the better with this. Let the spices infuse the meat.
So, talk about casings.
All right. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
All right. The casings here.
What is a casing? Where does it come from, Greg?
The casing, there's two different kinds. You can get an all-natural casing, which is the pork intestines, or you can get an artificial casing.
What do you prefer, Greg?
I like all natural.
Natural is where to go. You heard the Chicago Premier Butcher, Natural. So the types of casings, there's different sizes.
Right. Typically, your sausages, like dinner sausages, or a sausage for a bun, you're looking at pork casing. Breakfast sausages or brigades or something like that.
Hey, brigade! What is he talking about?
That's a Hungarian sausage, and it's a very spicy sausage. It's made out of lamb.
Wow, that sounds delish.
So
we have a machine. We have what do you call this machine?
this is a sausage stuffer made by a German company called Friedrich Dick. So basically, in short, the butchers call it a dick for short. And this is Greg, this is your dick. It's a 15-pound dick. It's not the biggest dick in the world, but it gets the job done, right, Greg?
It's not size. It's not size that matters. For you all,
it's how you use it.
How you use it. Okay, so what Greg is doing is he's putting the casing on the dick. Now you don't need to go out and buy a dick, but there's a lot of products out there, and you can use whatever you need to get the job done. Right. So it's important to make sure that your casings are well lubricated. Yes. You want to make sure that this, because it's generally a salty product. So now what we're doing is we're going to pipe the sausage. You can pipe the sausage, well, they stuff the sausage. There's many little verbs that you can use making the sausage. The important part, you could use bulk. Everybody likes bulk sausage, but when you're piping it, it's good for, when you're piping sausage, why are you piping it, Greg?
You're piping it because you want it in the casing in a classic sausage form. You're going to put it on a bun, you're going to fry it, you're going to chop it up and put it in for sausages and peppers. Or a dinner sausage, it's called a dinner sausage for a reason.
Now, what's the key on piping? What's the steps? You stuff the machine,
right,
and then you put the casing on?
I've put the casings on here, and I'm ready to start pumping.
What's one of the things that you need to really pay attention to?
Nice and easy, you don't want to force it. Just, nice and easy with the handle, nice, consistent motion, and just kind of go with the flow, So I'm just slowly pushing it out, helping the casing along, and as you can see,
that's fantastic.
We're making sausage.
Okay, Greg. When you're going to a store, when can you spot out a bad sausage?
If it's dried out, dark, I'm looking for a nice, plump, moist sausage. You don't want a dried out, tired-looking sausage. As I've always said, Greg, eye appeal is buy appeal.
That right there is well worth the price of admission. How you doing? Okay, Greg, what's your opinion on frozen sausages?
Sometimes you got to settle with the frozen stuff, but if you can find fresh is always better.
Fantastic. Now what we're doing is moving on to the next part of the show. Hey, did I know that? So I got Greg here, and he's going to talk today about pork products. Hey, Greg, if I bought something today, I bought these sausages today, how long are they good in the fridge for?
In the fridge, they're good for 2-3 days.
2-3 days? Hey, he sounds like Chicagoland Butcher, doesn't he? So I got them for 2-3 days, but hey, I see them on sale for $1.99 a pound, which is a fantastic price. How long they'll be good in the freezer for?
Pork products, usually 6, 7, 9 months.
So you can use that for a long time. So if you see a sale, hey, I see sausages for $1.99 a pound, and they're great sausages. Buy a bunch, freeze them. They're good for 6, 7, 9 months. Oh my gosh, that's great. That saves you money and you eat better, and that's what we're all here for. Hey, we got questions. Greg, we got questions for our viewers.
Yes.
We got Ryan E. from Lancaster, PA. He wants to know, hey, what's a Bohemian steak? What do you would say that is, Greg, a Bohemian steak?
Well, Bohemian steak is, it's called a bunch of different things. A Bohemian steak, Bavette steak, these are all words to fancy up a name that's called bottom sirloin.
It's a bottom sirloin.
Or flat meat. Right?
So flat meat. All the steak, now keep in mind, all the steaks are the same, they cut the same way. Different regions of the country might call them different names. If you have a question, who to ask? You ask your butcher. He's the one, he should know all this stuff, and he's here to help you. Next, we're going to bring in Dr. Dog. He's going to show us what to do with these sausages today. Thanks again, Greg.
Thank you.
Hey. You know, I brought in Greg. He taught us how to make the sausage, what to look for in sausage. But what is he going to do if you don't know how to cook the sausage? I've got my guy, Dr. Dog. He's going to show us. Dr. Dog, come on in. Come on in. Matt, how you doing? Just give me a little Dr. Dog. Woo! There you go. Hey, what are we doing today?
Well, what we've got here today is a little bit of hot sausage that you guys pumped earlier. We want to get that pan nice and hot.
You got to get the pan hot to get it going. We're going to throw in some sausages. What, is it just a simple olive oil? What are you looking for?
Yeah, we're just going with a straight olive oil. We're going to put a little color on these bad boys. We're going to brown them up real nice.
Excellent.
Both sides.
Both sides.
We're going to add our peppers and onions.
Do you need any spices, or does the sausage have enough spice for itself?
Sausage should have enough spice in it.
Remember, you have breakfast sausage where you add a lot of little flavors. You also have bratwurst, a huge amount of flavors. But what works best with sausages is the fewest amount of spices that you need to put in. People love the bratwurst. I'm not a big fan of bratwurst. You like bratwurst?
I love the bratwurst.
God bless you. I'm glad people do. How long on each side?
We're going to give them about 3 minutes on each side just to get them nice and brown. It's not going to be anywhere close to being done in the middle, so what we're going to have to do then is we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. We're going to get those in the oil and stuff that we have in the pan. We're going to cover it up, and we're just going to let it simmer for about 10-15 minutes until the sausages are just cooked all the way through.
Fantastic. If I'm using sausage for over a pasta, what kind of sauce do you like to use, Matt?
I like to go with a standard tomato sauce. For these particular sausages, the spices that you guys use, the paprika and the red pepper, if you were to try to put it in a white sauce, it would just turn it into a pink sauce.
That's why Dr. Dog's the best. He gives you these little hints that anyone can use.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate throw those peppers in there and the onions, and throw that in there, Dr. Dog. And hey, thanks again for coming in today to the Butcher's Block. We appreciate it. Hey, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. We love hearing from your response. Thanks again for paying attention to us, for listening, spending a part of your day with us. Thanks again. Give me a Dr. Dog. Woo! Hey, thanks for coming and viewing our show. I hope you enjoyed it. It's entertaining, it's educational, and I appreciate you spending part of your day here with me, Greg Russo, up in Chicago, Illinois. I'm a butcher, and thanks for seeing the Butcher's Block. Hey!